everybody, and welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, a podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going over there?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing better now that I'm here in the Drep and Stone recording studio, and we're about to drink something probably amazing. Could not be. The episodes are wild these days.
It is nuts. It is nuts. But yeah, always good to be here.
It is always good to be here. And I have a question for you that I've been dying to ask you for the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that?
You want to drink something?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I have something really special.
What's that?
I have a bottle
Yep.
from a distillery
Okay.
that is a new distillery.
Nice.
This distillery
Yep.
is on an island.
Okay.
This island is off the coast of a country
Wow.
that is kind of a part of another country, depending on who you ask and when you ask that question.
Right.
This island begins with an I,
Oh, man.
and it's Isla.
Hey.
This new distillery
Yeah.
is the Ardnahoe Distillery.
Ardnahoe.
Thank you.
Ardnahoe.
Ardnahoe. I looked it up.
When did they start distilling?
Late 20 teens.
Okay.
Late 20 teens. So they're new because this is their inaugural release.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a 5-year Scotch whiskey. It's the first bottling from Ardnahoe, and it is aged for 5 years. So they started distilling this in 2019 because it came out in 2024.
What a time to start a business.
Yeah. I don't know, I don't know their whole process, but I know this is from the founder, Stuart Lang, and there's a long kind of line of bottlings and a bunch of different things that have gone on. But this is the newest distillery in Ireland.
Cool.
And it is on the way to Bunnahabhain. So if you want to go to Bunnahabhain,
Yep.
you kind of have to pass by where this is, depending on where you are.
You waved at it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I went.
You went in?
Yeah, I did. So Carol and I went into Ardnahoe, and I'm going to tell you something.
Yep.
My Ardnahoe experience was not good. I look back on that experience, and I don't think it was a good experience, not because they weren't good or the liquid wasn't good, but because everything else was
so
insane.
good.
Exactly. So I saw this bottle, and I knew that it came out in 2024.
Yep.
They did an online sale in 2024. It was like a limited release kind of thing. And I was like, I'm tempted.
Yep.
And I didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't do it because I found it here at a local big box liquor store.
Right.
It was a great price. And it's the exact same thing that I was going to get last year, but I'm glad I didn't. And here it is.
Would have been a lot more.
No, I don't think it would have been a lot more. It's just, it would have been a lot more to ship it here.
Sure. Right,
for sure. Right. And I knew that at some point, knowing what Ardnahoe is trying to do, this would make its way here at some point.
Good deal.
And here it is. I chose this one. There's actually 2 different bottles on the shelf. This was, I think their other one was some sort of blend, but this is a single malt Scotch whiskey. The limited edition inaugural release has been matured in a combination of ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso sherry casks.
Cool.
You want to
all good things.
You want the best part?
What's that?
50% ABV.
Hey,
I know.
Little kick.
Yeah, a little kick
punch
there.
up.
Yeah. This is they actually put tasting notes on the back. I'm going to read them to you. Okay. Shortbread, baked apples, and Isla peat smoke on the nose. Custard, ginger, lemon zest, and baked apples on the palate lead into a strong smoky finish.
Nice.
So that's what they said.
Sounds desserty.
I've already had this.
Okay.
So we're going to have this together.
Yep.
But I have my notes, and I think it'd be really fun to us talk about it, and then my first notes
go back to it.
Yeah, is it similar?
See what you got.
You've never had anything by them.
Nope.
Yeah.
Had none of the hose.
Well, let's dip into it.
Long road to hose. Long road to hoe. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
We were in New York and we were talking about we need to leave and we need to go back to to the hotel. The girls have been complaining can we take the subway? Can we take the subway? Like, no, we're gonna walk. And so when it came time to do it, we're like, all right, you need to get your coat on, get your sweater on, and everything. We got a long row to hoe. And Lorelai thought I said a long row of hose. And she's like, where are we walking? She had never heard the phrase, a long row to hoe. And I said, no, a long row to hoe, like in a garden, like a row. You have to hoe the. Never mind. It was so funny. So like that's not constantly our joke now. It's like
Got a long row of hose.
Long row to hose.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Ooh. Thank you, sir. Hefty cinch sack.
All right. Now, in the glass, quite light.
She pretty. Yeah, I mean it's not the lightest scotch.
No.
It's got some color to it for sure.
But it is, yeah, because I think about like Peat Monster. Ain't no color.
Yeah, I mean I would look at this and maybe say Chardonnay, but like I would say it's even darker than Chardonnay.
Yeah. It's a light golden honey.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen some bourbons this light.
Oh, yeah. For 5 years, I think it's got a good color.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive for 5 years actually, and it being a scotch.
I don't think they're aging it on Islay. I know they're distilling it on Islay, but like a lot of the Islay distilleries don't age on Islay. They distill and then it's trucked off and it's aged outside of Glasgow.
What a process.
Yeah.
Sure, that's real cheap.
Yeah. Well, for
Move all
them, you just put it in a tanker.
Right. That's pretty.
It's not super peated.
No.
Like, it's definitely there. Like there's some peaty notes.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, for that to be like mentioned in both the nose and palate.
Yeah.
Don't really.
It's really nice malt.
Subtle.
Yeah, it's really nice malt forward though.
Yeah, it's very forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the youth. It just
I
hasn't been
think so.
covered up yet.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I mean, it is 100 proof.
yeah, I don't really mind it. Like I don't mind like
No.
it is grain forward.
Pastry. There's a little bit of pastry.
Yep, and I get the fruit,
Yeah.
but it's bright. It's all bright.
Yeah, it's like a bright berry compote kind of thing. Yeah, all very bright. And sometimes when we think about bright in scotches, it tends to be like that's a negative, and I don't think that's the case here. I don't want to mistake or conflate bright and some sort of like just not finished. I just think it's really floral. It's really fresh.
Fresh is a really good word.
But man, that malt note. Oh,
Okay.
do you want to hear my nose note?
Yeah, I like that.
Color. Here's what I said. Color. Okay.
How long ago was this?
A couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Maybe a month. Color, I said light and slight caramel color. Are they adding color? That was my note to myself. Question mark. Are they adding color? For a 5-year, I'd expect it to be a few shades lighter. I wonder if it's aged outside of Glasgow with the other Islas. I wrote that before I knew it. That's fantastic.
Nice.
I had no idea. And now I know that it is aged outside of Glasgow. But I'd expect it to be a little lighter for a 5-year, so I wonder if they're adding color.
Right. Well, I mean,
That was my
it's
note.
hard to say. It being ex-bourbon and Oloroso, it could get the color.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible, but you also look at like Lefroy 10,
Sure.
and
It doesn't have
very
a lot.
light.
Yeah.
It's very light.
Nose, I said peat, slight campfire, bit of brine. The peat settles out and the malt sweetness creeps in, soft notes of caramel, hints of banana, and new make.
With new make.
New make spirit, like brand new
Oh,
spirit.
I got you. Like White Dog.
But now I don't get banana.
Yeah, I don't get any banana. I see why you went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot of vanilla and
Yep.
the shortbready.
To me, it's that combination of bourbon cask and Oloroso.
Yeah.
One of those like jammy Christmas cookies. You got like the shortbread and the jam in the middle. What was things called? Jammy Dodgers or something. That's the I think the British.
That's
version.
a nipple cookie.
That's correct.
Hey, bring me over a couple of them nipple cookies.
Nipple cookies. All right.
Yep.
Pretty.
Yep.
Pretty.
That's a lovely nose.
I'm going in.
Yeah, there's Pete.
Ooh, yeah.
Man, that's actually kind of hard to think of a scotch where you don't really get peat on the nose,
No.
but then it's
Ooh, it's
prevalent on the palate.
I got a little bit of haggis hug, a Scottish hug in my haggis.
Squeeze your haggis.
Ooh, it's not Lefroy medicinal. It's more Ardbeg campfire. It's not Lagavulin rich. Yeah, it's bright, charcoaly.
But so much peat. Like it is
A lot.
a peat pop.
Yeah, almost got like.
I mean, it's lovely, desserty sweet
Yep.
up front, and then, but man, that wave of peat it comes out of nowhere because I don't get it on the nose.
it's got that like slight jammy note. And I really like that is great. Knowing that it is a 5-year whiskey, it's hard not to think about that as you're sipping it. Like I would almost rather not know that it's a 5-year whiskey, but it does feel
Its edges are
edgy?
sharp.
Yes, it feels edgy.
Yeah. It's not like, it doesn't have like the soft round edges on it.
Right.
It's still a little compact, but man, it's delightful. And I would almost freaking say like, this is what in my brain, if you say an Islay whiskey, this is what it should taste like.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
It's like almost like perfectly placed pinpoint. This is Islay whiskey. Maybe a bit rich in
You want
terms
it
of
to be
its
more
sweetness.
rich?
No,
Oh.
I think maybe like, and granted, it's because it's at 100 proof.
Sure.
And so that's tough. Like, I mean, trying to think of like anything around 100. I think Anoa is like around 100.
I think so.
It's just been so long, I think, since we've had an Islay around 100.
I know it's at 100. Yeah, I think that's around 100. Well, I know all the Bruichladdich start at 100. Obviously, those aren't the peated ones.
Are the Port Charlottes 100? They're probably there. The volume on the flavor is up, and I think that's obviously just because of the proof.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like I've got that Bunnahabhain Stoisha on the shelf over there, and I had that before I had this, like not the same day because I had this fresh. Like I wanted to go in fresh, and then thinking back to I think that's only 46, and it's actually very similar in the. I know that's a young whiskey. It's Stoisha, so it's peated. It's Bunnahabhain, so it's still got those Bunnahabhain notes, but it is young.
Right.
And like this reminds me of that.
Right.
Like it's young, it's bright, but you're right. The ABV amps that up just a little bit.
Yeah, to me, like this tastes like if you were looking at like what's the thing called where you can adjust like the levels, on music. Like I want this, I want the bass
like,
to come through. Like
the equalizer.
Equalizer.
Yeah.
You got your equalizer there. They are all even.
Yes.
Nothing really sticks out and screams.
Right.
Everything is really well balanced, but they're at like, instead of like at 5, they're kicked up to like 6, 6.5,
Yeah.
6, 7.
No, don't do that to me.
They're somewhere in there.
Right.
They're not 10. They're not like yelling at you.
No.
But everything is so well balanced, and it's all just like perfectly Islay.
Yeah.
Anything you would want out of an Islay whiskey, this has it, and it's a little bit louder because it's at 100 proof.
I'm gonna tell you, as much as I love the aged Islas, like I love me a bottle of Wee Beastie. Wee Beastie's 5 years too.
Yeah.
And the Wee Beastie, it's it's peppery, it's spicy, it's rugged, it's all the things. I agree, it's all the things that I want out of an Islay whiskey, and this is there as well.
Yeah.
like it's
Wee
not,
Beastie's pretty light, right? Like
Wee Beastie's
color-wise,
light too, yeah.
Like I've only had it that one time that we had it, but my memory of that it was like classically Ardbeg.
Oh yeah,
and so maybe a little bit more in the smoke and the peat.
definitely.
Whereas this, the peat, it's certainly there and it's present, but it's just
Yeah, and that's
Straight
that's
across.
where I was going. Like that, I like that equalizer metaphor. It's like it's all there. It all is even and equal, and I don't dislike that.
Yeah, no, it's like it's well done. It's well placed and it's quite delightful. Bunnahabhain might put, it's going to obviously like take that equalizer and take the peat and bring it down.
Oh yeah,
But then it's going to like give you more in the malt and
sherry
and all that.
malty,
Yeah. And this is just like, this is like just quintessential. Those are all the ingredients of a Islay Scotch, and we're going to give them to you all at an even keel.
yeah,
And enjoy.
yeah. And I'm gonna say, like, I was super excited for this for two reasons. First of all, because like I'm gonna say I did not have a good experience. But again, I go back to I did not have a good experience because every other experience I had was just insurmountable,
Sure.
unsurmountable,
Yep.
untoppable. Like you couldn't do it,
Right.
right? So that's the only way I can say I did not have a good experience. But going there, I went, and I remember saying to Carol as we left, I was like, I really hope this does well.
Right.
Like, not that I think that Islay necessarily needs more distilleries, but like I want a new distillery to do well, and I want it to find its niche among everything else.
Right.
Because, I know Islay whiskey, I think fairly well at this point. Like I can tell, oh, this is a Bunnahabhain. It's this kind of characteristic. Obviously, you get outliers.
Right.
I can tell this is an Ardbeg. It's got this kind of smoke. I can tell this is a lot, So I wanted the excitement of, oh, I can tell this is an Ardno,
Right.
and here's why.
Right.
And I think you can kind of like, if that malty nature stays as it ages and gets older, I think you're going to be able to pick that out as here's some good smoke. It's not super briny. It's not, super campfirey. It's got some of those things, but then like there's this lovely sweet malt characteristic that rides all that out. And I hope that's the case.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like when you think about the big Islay distilleries,
Yeah.
and how they put emphasis, like they take that equalizer and they take something and dial it up,
Sure.
and that's what makes them that.
Yep.
And this staying so straight across, it does kind of make me wonder of like, is there a market for that in terms of making it one of the big boys?
Yeah.
And one of the ones that you say, when you list off the big guns on Islay, can it get there?
I think
Or is it being a little safe?
I think it's the Kilchoman kind of idea. Like I could be wrong because I've had some Kilchoman, but I haven't had enough to be like, oh yeah, because that's always the one I'm like, oh yeah, there's another Islay distillery. I always forget it.
Right.
It's always.
Well, and I think
Kilchoman.
that's also just because like we never get it here.
Yeah. I mean, you can find it, but it's not readily available. It's always the Seneg or the whatever that other one is that we always have.
Yeah.
we can always
Like
find.
there was a couple when I was in London that I was debating
Yeah.
of getting one of those before I got the bottles that I got.
Yeah, we drove by it. We drove by the distillery, and I knew it wasn't open, so I was like, I'm not even going to turn down this road.
Right.
Yeah, I have not had much of that, so like I can't say for sure,
Right.
but I feel like if you took something like this and like, yeah, here's a straight kind of narrow, and then we can play from there. I think that's what excites me most.
Right.
Finish real quick.
Yep.
Black pepper.
Yeah. It's kind of drying.
Yep.
On the finish.
Definitely drying.
Black pepper and smoke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which fantastic. And it's a little viscous.
Yeah.
Little
Little
claggy.
claggy.
Little claggy.
claggy.
All right, here's my palate notes. Ready? First sip, peat punch with a bit of bite. Nice bitter.
Couldn't agree more.
The proof definitely helps it. Lacks depth, but it's 5 years old. And I'd expect it. Drying effect.
All things we just said
And I haven't read over these notes
prior.
yeah. Obviously, I wrote them, but I don't remember.
Right.
Round, sweet, slight caramel, a bit ashy, leftover campfire, leftover camp smoke, salty, toffee, slight wine notes.
Yeah. I mean, I get the sherry
Yeah.
influence.
Finish. Lingers with spice and black pepper.
Yep.
Overall, this is what I wrote. Makes me excited for what's to come.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
paraphrased my own self.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, what's not to like there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting that out as your inaugural release at 5 years old,
That's my point.
it's a good starting point.
It's good foundation.
Yep.
And again, like I don't wish this at all, but I wish every other experience I had in Islay allowed me to enjoy that experience.
Right.
I don't wish that because I loved every experience.
Yeah.
But it's one of those like I left going like, nope, but I'm still hopeful, and this renews that hope for that.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
it is good stuff, and I love the bottle that it's like in a not, it's a unique bottle shape.
Right.
It's got a weird taper to it.
Yep.
All right, Kyle. Now that we've got a great drink,
Yeah.
what do you want to talk about this week?
That's a good question. What are you going to talk about this week?
Oh, no, it's your turn.
I don't want to call it an epiphany,
Okay.
but I saw a thing the other day that kind of like evolved in my head into a very, I feel like, apt way of looking at or kind of illustrating the way that we go through life and how we start as a certain way, we have experiences, we're opened up to new things, and our just kind of understanding of our perspective on life and how we generate beliefs and understanding and things and how that changes and evolves over time.
You know what that sounds like to me?
What's that?
It sounds like an epiphany.
It's a bit of a philosophy. I was watching, the doom scrolling like you do. Came across a video, and the video that I initially like kind of triggered this thought in me was a craft kind of a thing of somebody that was painting
Yeah.
using bubbles.
Okay.
You know,
I know what you're talking about.
like very kind of like, you know, just arts and crafty or, you know, like a project you do with your kids or something. But like you take a bunch of bubbles, like whip up a bunch of bubbles, like soapy bubbles.
Like dish soap bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you kind of like scoop those up some way and kind of like spread those across the paper.
Yep.
So you have this kind of like trail of bubbles. And then you take watercolors and you take the watercolor and you take a color and you dip it into the bubbles, and then that color kind of, you know, just cascades and goes across the bubbles.
Yeah.
And you can drop in different colors in different places, and so the colors all start to kind of mingle together and things. And then when they dry and they all pop, you've got the remnants of the bubble shapes on the paper, and it creates a cool texture, a cool pattern. But it's more so as the bubbles are popping and the colors are combining to create new colors and things like that.
Yeah, because that's what watercolor is like, because obviously it's a water-based thing. You've got the commingling of
they're
those
blending
pigments.
together.
Right,
yeah.
right.
But you still, you know, you're still going to have some bubbles that hold on
That
very
pigment's still
truly
there.
to that very vibrant pigment
Yeah.
in spots too. So it's just kind of a neat kind of like, you know,
Oh man, I'm hip to
Process.
the watercolors. I know how those things work.
neat process.
Yeah.
It just created a neat effect anyway. But then I was watching another thing where somebody was talking about how their thoughts on different aspects of life and things and how those things evolve over time. And I combined the two thoughts together.
Whoa, hold on. I just okay. You're watching this video, arts and crafts, and then you like, because you're doing the scroll, and then you go to like deep philosophy.
Yeah. The ideas kind of blended into my brain.
Yeah.
And it kind of like generated this idea to me of like, that's like the perfect visualization of what the other person was saying. Of as you grow and you're opened up to other experiences, that's generally going to be like you were in this one bubble that was very concentrated and had this one color. And either, you watch bubbles and like sometimes the bubbles will come together but not pop.
Right.
But they'll share liquid pigment, you know, and like, or sometimes they do. Sometimes they pop and become one bigger bubble.
Right.
And that's like the experiences of life of as you're a child, you're very, covered up by this one kind of ideology that's kind of put on you based on your life status, just where you are in the world, who your parents are, what religion you're brought up in, and what culture you're brought up in, and all those kinds of things. And then as you have different experiences, you go to school and you're introduced to other people, and they have slightly different or maybe dramatically different experiences to you, but you're brought into those and you're exposed to those experiences. And so a little bit of that color is kind of brought in, and you give a little bit of your color and things like that. But as you go through life and you have these bigger kind of moments, bubbles pop and change, and at the very end of it, you're left in a very different place where you started. You've lost a lot of your color, but like you've been opened up to other colors, and it's just like created this like really neat metaphor in my head of what it's like to learn and what it's like to be exposed to things, and how you look back at where you started. And it was like, well, yeah, like there's no way that I could have seen past where I was because I hadn't been exposed to these other things. There was no way for me to have that understanding until I had the experience, and then it changed me completely. And just thought it was like a way of thinking of how you move through knowledge and information and stuff in a way that I never really had visualized it in that way, but it just made so much sense in my head.
So I love this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the metaphor is fantastic, but I love that like your brain made these connections because like your creative art brain and then like your creative philosophy brain, they had to commingle.
Right.
Like you had to.
They had to have a conversation.
They did, yeah. And so like then you came to that kind of idea, and those things came to a head, and like, oh, here's how I understand this idea. And I love this kind of concept for a myriad of reasons, but I'm first struck by like, okay, that initial bubble. You said like the child.
Right.
So like let's say the bubble is green, right?
Right.
And as a child, you know nothing but this green bubble.
Yeah.
And so like this bubble is perfect. This is my bubble. And there are some other people in this bubble, but we're all this green color together. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And perhaps there's even other bubbles around you trying to protect that bubble.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Trying to keep it as vibrant green as it can be.
And it's so saturated with pigment, and it's so bright, vivid green.
Yeah.
That like you kind of have this. That I love that protection. I want to protect that green bubble.
Yeah.
But we all know, like, water is going to dry, and like this bubble will pop at some point.
Yeah.
We think about our lives and hold on to those things with such like vitriol and sometimes anger and like such force that like we don't want that bubble to pop.
Right.
Or maybe we're just so reticent to understand that there are those other colors out there in terms of the metaphor.
Right.
That we don't,
you could place that bubble away from the other bubbles.
Sure.
And sure, it will never change, but it's also never going to change.
Right. And so like then when you have an experience that pops that bubble, and then your bubble commingles with other colors, a red bubble commingles with your green bubble, and now you have something else.
Right.
And you have like that mixture, and it's no less beautiful. It's no less, you still have those same pieces.
Right.
Like you're not something entirely different, because that experience that you had before still influences your now commingling with that other color.
Right.
And so like that to me, I think is what's really cool about your metaphor here, is that so often we think about the trajectory of our lives and that like, okay, I am no longer this thing, but those experiences that I had when I was this thing influence everything I am now.
Yeah.
And so like, I guess an example would be like somebody leaving a faith. That doesn't mean that like you might not believe in that faith anymore.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that the things that you learned are just completely gone.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Green's always going to be with you.
Exactly.
Can't completely get rid of it.
Exactly. And even as that bubble expands and that bubble morphs and changes and more colors are added, there's still a bit of that still with you.
Right.
Here's where I think your metaphor is like fantastic. I think it's easy to look at that and go like, ugh, but there's always a little bit of that green with me. Or there's always a little bit of that other color that I never really wanted, but like somehow it popped near me and now I'm commingled. But that's what makes the beautiful pattern.
Yeah.
If it was just one color, it's pretty in and of itself, but it's when you have those mixings of things and you have the you said texture, you have the weird pattern, that's when it gets even prettier than it was before.
Yeah. As the bubbles pop, they generally kind of make a bigger bubble.
Right.
Before it's done. They just kind of all blend together into a bigger bubble. And then it's like, it's easier to kind of look back at it then and kind of like look and see like, wow, all of that happened. And that is how my brain has been created. And it's all the experiences and the combination of all of it to create all of this and my understanding. And then at that point in time, then you can kind of look at another bubble pattern and see where it's at in its thing and understand, oh yeah, I see how it's happening. And it's easier to understand like why you don't think the way that I think.
Right.
Because, well, we went through completely different experiences.
Yeah.
The colors that I've been exposed to are completely different than the colors that you've been exposed to. You may have never even been exposed to blue.
Right.
So how could you have any understanding or any curiosity or empathy or anything to be with blue because you've never been exposed to blue?
Yeah.
And until you're exposed to it, of course you're not going to have any understanding of it or care for it in any way. But that's not necessarily your fault. You've just never been exposed to blue.
So then my question becomes, is it the job, quote unquote, the job of the other color to then expose to it? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't really necessarily look at it as like a problem to be solved kind of thing.
Right.
It's just more of a vantage point that I can sit back and look at, like, that's how we go through life.
Right.
I think it's probably more so up to the individual to say, if I would like some blue, I probably need to go try to find some blue.
Right.
And, if I want to have an understanding of whatever, I need to go be exposed to it.
Yeah.
But that's, that's always going to be up to the individual to say that I want to be exposed to that. I mean, certainly we live in a world where I can be exposed to just about anything.
Sure.
And without my consent or without my, attempting to be exposed to it. But, if it's an area where you want to kind of be more
Right.
understanding of it. Like, yeah, you touched that blue bubble, and it kind of put a little blue on you, but like you didn't really take it on. Like,
Sure.
if anything, you gave more of your color to it. Kind
Right.
Of thing.
In what you just said, I think it's also unbelievably freeing in some ways for someone who kind of like myself, where I feel the need to like educate people and tell people things and give them information, and not this kind of like, I want to make you better necessarily way. In some cases it is that, but in some ways of like, I want to give you more information. I want you to understand more things, but why? When sometimes, like you just said, maybe sometimes it's more of a distance of, I just need to understand how my colors are created, how these things blend, and like they're okay over there. And if they want it,
Right.
I can help that.
Right.
I can help show that. But do I have to is it the responsibility for me to go seek out to, to blend those colors together?
Well, and I think, I think it's too of like, it's really hard to affect those bubbles over there.
Right.
I'm not over there. I'm not touching those bubbles.
I
There's
can
no
see
way
them.
for me. Yeah, like I can see it, and I, from my vantage point, I can kind of see what's wrong with your bubbles. And they are looking back, probably thinking the same thing. But that's how we have conversations and things like that, of trying to get the point across, trying
Right.
to expose. Yeah, but this is why yellow's so good. But I can't give you the yellow. You're all the way over there. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's a very interesting to me. Like it's just a fun kind of like mind map in my brain.
No,
of,
I
like,
love it. I love it.
You can see how like that bubble is so concentrated with its color that it can't, even if a whole other color came and popped on it, it still wouldn't affect it.
Right.
It's so concentrated, and until that bubble grows and expands and starts letting a little bit of light poke through that pigment so that it can be, and it can start to see things outside of itself, and then potentially start to like have that, and then all of a sudden, whoops, it popped, and now I'm part of this,
Right.
and that's going to change everything.
Yeah.
It's just like an interesting way to think of like, that's just how we
Yeah.
evolve our personal.
I love like that can be applied to so many facets.
Yeah.
Like not just how we learn, but how we engage, how we deal with other people. Like it's just so many things. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
it
that.
was fun.
Yeah, that's a cool thought experiment. It's a good metaphor.
Yeah.
It's a cool thought experiment.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it the last couple of days of just how that's how our individuality gets created.
Yeah. You should create like you're the next Mark Mason? Charles Manson? No, not that
Whoa.
one. No, wrong one. You could do the subtle art of popping bubbles.
The boy in the bubble. That was a Seinfeld episode. Bubble boy.
Bubble boy. No, that's Jake Gyllenhaal. He's
Yeah, it
Bubble
was.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Had a whole ass movie.
Yeah, because a half-ass movie. It's not the same. Not the same. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a couple of days.
Yep. Yeah. There's a lot of ways that like, it works so well that like you think of like, oh yeah, like why is that? Why are they like that? Well, they haven't got out of their bubble. They haven't blended with enough other bubbles. They haven't been exposed to any other color.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
I really like the word bubble.
Bubble.
Yeah, it's a fun word.
Bubble.
Bubble. Double bubble.
Double bubble.
Double bubble.
Bubble yum.
Nah. Double bubble.
Double bubble.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean,
No, wait. No, yeah, bubble yum.
bubble yum's all right.
Double bubble is just the
It's just generic pink,
yeah.
but it's okay. It was the off brand that was like kind of like a little like toothpastey.
Bubble yum.
I don't know what they were called, but like anytime you got those at Halloween, you're just kind of like, nah. One, the flavor's only going to last like 5 seconds, but two, your flavor's kind of like almost like got like a minty.
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just-
I know
It's
what
not
you're
good.
talking about.
But when you got the good double bubbles,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, give me
Yeah.
like 5 of them.
Yeah, one go. I got a big old wad of chaw.
Yeah, good shit.
On that, you got anything else?
No,
No, me neither. I do have some more Ardno, and I'm gonna sip on this for a little while and see how it changes.
all right,
Yeah.
good stuff. Let that bubble be influenced by the other bubble of Ardenho.
Oh man,
It's just adding a little.
little other colors there. What color would Ardno be?
Looks like a golden orange.
Like a orgy red?
Oh,
What?
orgy red.
Not orgy, orangey.
Oh,
Orangey red.
yeah.
Orgy red, something different.
It's in Amsterdam. Red.
Okay.
district.
On that note, we'd love to know what you think about the Ardnaho inaugural release, the 5-year single malt Scotch whiskey.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to try it? It's pretty tasty stuff. I recommend it.
Yeah, and what else have you had from Ardnaho that we need to get our hands on?
They got a whole core lineup at this point.
Not yet. They're working on it.
Yep.
They're working on it. But I know there's stuff that you can try.
Let us know.
And we'd love to know, what do you think about Kyle's metaphor for engaging in the world around you?
And how we take on influences.
Yeah. And share our perspectives.
Yeah. Whether you meant to or not.
Yeah.
Because you're still going to be affected by it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fun thought.
Oh.
Yep.
Just hit me right in the philosophical feels.
Yeah. Big old black ink bubble came over
Yeah.
and just fucked up your whole shit. I didn't even mean to do that.
That's okay.
Oh.
I'll go shower. You can get in touch with us through email. It's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone, DREP and Stone. Come find us on the social web where we're popping bubbles all over the web.
We also love it if you support the podcast. You can do so by rating Drep and Stone wherever it is you get great podcasts like this one. You can financially support us through our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/drepandstone. And finally, Kyle,
Okay.
you can support Drep and Stone by telling someone about the podcast.
It's real easy.
Yeah, you're walking up to your favorite department store.
Oh.
You're going to go find yourself a Christmassy gift.
People don't do that anymore.
No, but you are.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see that person outside with a little jingle bell and that red kettle.
Yeah.
And they're like, ding, 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 ding. You're just like, I just want you to stop ringing that bell. I'm going to go give you a penny.
Did we not do this metaphor?
We did. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm just coming back to it. No, we for sure have already
It's a
done
good
it.
one. It's a good one.
You're going to give them that penny
Yeah.
because pennies are
You
not
got
in
some loose
production.
change.
Right. Well, pennies aren't in production anymore, so it's probably worth like $1 million.
Right.
Yeah. And then you're going to say, Drep and Stone.
Yeah, you're going to slip a little something into his pocket. And it's a Drep and Stone card.
Okay.
You're going to find it later.
I didn't know where you were going with that. Like,
Drep and Stone.
what's that? It's a podcast where two friends visit. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Oh,
Oh,
right up my alley.
that guy only left a penny.
A dick.
So if you're going to, slip that person the Drep and Stone card, leave more than the penny, please.
Yeah, for sure. Don't give us a bad
Yeah,
reputation.
we don't. We already got enough of that.
Yep.
We exist in the social media. We got enough of that reputation.
For sure.
Yeah. On that note, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
You call me Bubby?
Cheers, bubble buddy.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That sound is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
Cheers, bubble buddy.
Cheers.